A ship sails the vast North Atlantic, fully stocked, perfectly intact, yet the crew vanished without a trace. No struggle, no storm, nothing. For over 150 years, the Mary Celeste remained one of the ocean's deadliest mysteries. And now, the truth that history ignored is about to be revealed. If you think you can handle the secrets of the sea, watch the full story.
The snow exploded behind him. The beam of Ethan's flashlight shook wildly, not from the cold, from terror. He pressed his back against a tree, trying not to scream, trying not to breathe. The forest was bone still. Not wind, not birds, not even the usual groans of the frozen branches. Nothing except Ethan. His blood turned to ice. It wasn't a human voice, but it wasn't an animal either. It was something impossibly twisted between the two. A tall shadow moved through the darkness, skin stretched so tightly across bone that it shined like cracked wax, antlers scraping against the bark like fingernails against metal. It leaned forward and whispered again in Ethan's own voice, "You left her to die." Blackout. 3 days earlier. The sky was soft, the snow gentle, the world harmless. Ethan, a 28-year-old photographer from Oregon, had convinced his best friends, Marissa, Caleb, and Jonah, to join him for a winter documentary trip in northern Minnesota. They wanted to capture abandoned logging towns buried beneath the snow. Marissa, the loudest among them, had insisted on bringing too many snacks. Caleb kept cracking dry, sarcastic jokes. Jonah, the quiet, analytical one, carried the map upside down for half the hike. They were real. They were warm. They were alive. And that's why the story hurts. That evening, they found a small cabin, rotting, half-sunken, forgotten, a perfect filming location. Inside, the wood smelled of damp rot. The floorboards groaned like they resented every footstep. Marissa joked, "Watch some ghost ask us to pay rent." They laughed, but the laughter didn't reach the walls, because something was already inside that cabin, listening.
As night fell, the temperature dropped fast, unnaturally fast. From chill, the something that bit through jackets and scraped the lungs. They huddled in a small fireplace. Jonah noticed scratch marks on the walls, long ones. Taylor joked, raccoons on steroids, but the marks were too long, too deep, too deliberate. They heard something outside. Soft, crunch, crunch, crunch. Footsteps, slow, measured, but heavier than anything walking on two legs. Even peeked through the frost-covered window. Nothing. Just darkness, swallowing more darkness. Then came the smell, thick, rotten, like that meat left too long in the sun. Marissa gagged first. The odor seeped through the cracks in the walls as a hot, decaying breath was falling into the cabin. Jonah whispered, "Do you guys feel like something is watching us?" Nobody answered because they all felt it. Caleb screamed, a face, long, skeletal, empty, stabbed against the window. But it wasn't the face of a creature. It was Caleb's face, twisted, distorted, lifeless. He even pulled him back, shouting, "Caleb, what the hell?" Caleb stuttered, "That wasn't me." His voice cracked. The thing outside stepped away from the window, mimicking his movements. They heard whispering, dozens of voices, all of them familiar, all of them theirs. "Help me, don't leave, I'm cold, follow, hungry." The cabin door bulged inward as it pushed by the gate. Marissa grabbed Ethan's arm, whispering, "Ethan, I think it knows our names." The voices stopped. Silence. Silence so heavy it felt physical. Then a single knock. Talk, talk, talk. Knuckles on wood. But the cabin door was 6 feet away. The knock came from directly behind them. They all turned slowly. Something stood inside the cabin, tall, hollow, antlers flipping the ceiling, skin stretched tight like frozen leather. Its eyes burned with hunger, over the civilization. His mouth opened, impossibly wide, revealing nothing inside. No tongue, no teeth, just a tunnel of blackness. Caleb whispered, "When you go." The creature moved with a sound like snapping twigs. Every step sounded like bone grinding bone. Jonah grabbed the lantern, swinging it. The light flickered, and for the first time, the window recoiled. They ran into the night, into the cold, into the place where no human footsteps should ever echo. Hours later, the group was separated. Jonah disappeared first, a scream, then a crunch, and then silence. Caleb ran into the cold, crushed his lungs. They found only his coat later, but torn, not the claws, but the teeth marks, human teeth marks. Marissa's trail ended at a tree, claw marks around it, and something else guarded the mark. So hungry, Ethan alone made it to a ranger outpost, or at least he thought he did. He told officers what happened, but they found no tracks in the snow, no scratch marks, no cabin, not even his friend's footprints. One officer whispered the theory used only in the most remote times. The Wendigo doesn't kill you first, it starves you. It follows you out, turns you into itself. And the final twist, when they examined Ethan's clothes, they found long fresh claw marks on the inside of his jacket, as if something inside was trying to claw its way out. Some say the Wendigo is not a creature, not truly. It is hunger in form, loneliness with a heartbeat, a mirror that shows us the darkest parts of ourselves. And in the frozen woods, where the silence is so deep, it becomes a sound of its own. That hunger wakes, that hunger listens, that hunger learns your name. Now ask yourself, when you feel a chill, a sudden loneliness, a whisper that sounds almost like your own voice, is it just the wind, or is something hungry calling you home?
Despite the fact that the trailer had a large locker filled with canned food, enough rations to feed all 5 men for months, heaters, matches, bedding, clothing, a fireplace, supplies everywhere. Yet the food locker was untouched, the fireplace unused, the clothing left folded, the matches untouched. It was as if Ted was waiting for someone who never returned. The medical examiner said he lost nearly 80 pounds, that he could have survived if he'd eaten even a fraction of the available food. Why didn't he? The only disturbance was a pile of blankets wrapped tightly, almost lovingly, around Ted's legs and feet, as if one of the other boys tried to keep him warm before leaving or dying. Outside the trailer, the remains of Jack Madruga and Bill Sterling were found along the road. They'd collapsed from exposure. Another path led to Jack Hewitt, whose bones lay further into the forest. All had succumbed to cold, starvation, disorientation, but one of them is still missing. Gary Mathias's shoes were found in the trailer. Ted Ware was wearing them, meaning Gary left, barefoot or in Ted's lighter shoes. Gary's body was never found. There are 2 possibilities. Possibility 1, Gary tried to save them. He was known to be resourceful, even brilliant at times. Maybe he left the trailer to find help. Maybe he got lost in the snow and died somewhere deep in the wilderness. But no trace of him was ever recovered. Not clothing, not bones, nothing. Possibility 2, Gary led them there. Some believe he had a psychotic break, that he convinced the group to follow him into the mountains. But this theory contradicts everything. His medication kept him stable. He was thriving socially. His friendships were strong. The others trusted him, but they were not blindly obedient. And still, he vanished into the night like smoke. Some locals whisper about a confrontation. Others talk about foul play. Some believe Shanz's mysterious figures were real, and a small number think Gary survived, walked out of the wilderness, and never wanted to be found. But after 40 decades, no evidence supports that. The truth lies somewhere between fear, cold, confusion, and something deeper, something no one can prove. The story of the Yuba County Five is not a story of monsters in the woods, not a ghost story, not a crime we can solve. It's worse. It is a story about the thin, fragile line between order and chaos, routine and panic, safety and wilderness. 5 friends drove into the mountains, maybe by mistake, maybe by fear, maybe because of something they saw or someone they met. But the mountain doesn't care, the cold doesn't negotiate, and the darkness doesn't wait for explanations. One wrong turn was enough. 5 lives disappeared into the snow, and one, Gary Mathias, never came back. The wilderness swallowed him so completely, it's as if the forest itself decided to keep a secret we'll never hear.